Hi there. Okay, so we're doing something a little weird today, and I'm actually recording this on the day that it's going live on the channel, which is like very rare for me. In fact, I don't know that I've ever done this before in 2 years of running the YouTube channel. I don't know that I've ever recorded a video on the day that it was going live. I've done a lot the day before, but I don't think I've ever done any the day of. And I wasn't gonna post a video today, but then I thought, you know what? I was sitting there having my morning routine and I was just thinking about you and thinking about what I would say to you if you came to me and asked, Jordan, what would you do if you completely had to start over, right? Because let's be real, the internet is changing so fast. The things that worked best 5 years ago aren't working best now. The softwares and tools that were available 5 years ago, there's a lot of better things out now. And yet, as much as the internet changes, marketing and the principles of marketing never change. It's just the way in which we use those principles that changes. So on one hand, you've got a rapidly changing online business landscape. And on the other hand, you've got these just core principles that are timeless, no matter what. There's gonna be lots of coffee breaks in this video, so I hope you're good with that. So I just kind of mapped out, and I don't even know how many steps this is. I literally just wrote this out and I was like, I have to share it with you, like right now, today. And essentially, if I woke up this morning the same way that I woke up on a morning like this 6 years ago, with an idea of a business that I wanted to build and a way that I wanted to help people, and yet no idea how to get that idea out into the world, no idea how to create or market an online offer, no audience, no influence, no social media presence whatsoever, no marketing skills really, right? Never created any kind of funnel, never created or sold a digital offer. I think at this point 6 years ago had never even used tools like Canva before or Google Drive, right? Did not even have a YouTube channel, like did not even have an Instagram account. So like, I think I look back and I say, okay, if I woke up in that state today, knowing what I know now, what would I do? And the very first thing that I would do is I would sit down with a notebook and something to write on, and I would get extremely clear on my niche. Now, this word gets tossed around, it gets overcomplicated. It is your favorite place to park and hang out. And I just want to encourage you not to park and hang out here, okay? When I look back at what my mom and I were able to create with a business, I mean, I don't know if you know our story, you probably do, but like when my mom and I first launched Global Freedom Community together, we grew from no sales to consistent 20K months in 90 days. And I've had a lot of people ask me over the years, like, what do you think was the difference that made the difference? Why were you guys able to grow so quickly? And I truly believe it came down to the fact that we knew beyond a shadow of a doubt exactly who we wanted to help and how we wanted to help them. Now, we didn't know in what vehicle we were gonna help them. We didn't know if we wanted a course or a membership or a coaching program. We didn't even really know what those things were. But we had in our head a very clear picture of the person that we wanted to help. We knew what was keeping that person up at night, what they were Googling late into the night, what they were worried about during the day, right? We had such a clear picture of who we wanted to help. And then a couple of years ago, when we made a pivot to no longer working within that first niche that we had started our business in, to really now teaching marketing and teaching sales automation. And, you know, I now help people automate their leads and sales, and that's my primary job within my brand, right? My primary goal with the brand is to help you automate your leads and sales so you can build a business that works for you 24/7 and you don't have to, right? That's who I help. And again, it felt like we were starting over, because my mom and I initially started this on, together. We've since, kind of branched out, and we're each working on our own separate things, our own separate projects. But I remember when our niche changed, and from the outside looking in, it would look like it just changed overnight. But what it really was weeks, maybe even a couple of months of, again, going back to, who do we help? How do we help them? What problems are keeping them up at night? What are they Googling on the internet? What are their fears that they're feeling inside their head that they're too scared to say out loud? What makes them feel alone? What makes them feel supported? If they could wave a magic wand and have the solution, what would that look like for them? Right? When you can answer those questions and you know what that is, nothing can ever stop you in business. Okay? And you can figure all the rest out. And that's the one piece that really no one can figure out for you. You can work with a coach and help them refine it with you and give ideas and bounce ideas back and forth. But at the end of the day, that's got to be something that in your gut, you say, oh yeah, that's what I am here to do. That's who I'm here to help. And you've got to know it in your soul, okay? So that's the first thing. And I'm going to pop a video up here, and I'll put it in the description below. I did a whole video on finding your niche. So if you want to dive deeper into that, you can check it out. But once I had that, there's really just 3 things I would do, okay? And that's the hardest part, is knowing your niche. The hardest part, without a shadow of a doubt. But once I had that, I would create a sales funnel. And this is why. A lot of people say, oh, I'll automate my leads, I'll automate my sales. I don't have the money to do that right now. I don't have the time. I don't have the know-how. And again, going back and thinking about what allowed my business to grow so quickly. What allowed my business to start making sales so fast and scale so fast with a $97 offer, by the way. So when we first launched our brand, it was no sales to consistent 20K months in 90 days with a $97 offer, okay? We were not doing high ticket coaching, didn't have a $1,000 program. We didn't have any of that. We didn't have the confidence to do any of those things, right? So we were like, $97. I think what we know is worth that, right? And that's just a lesson too in like pricing within your confidence level and then not being afraid to raise that as you grow. But going back, I would create a funnel, and I would create a valuable free resource that will truly knock the socks off of the person who gets it. So a lot of people will tell you, don't make your free resources too big and don't put too much in them. And that's all true. There's certain nuances to it. There is such thing as giving too much away for free. But I personally have always erred on the side of giving away a little too much. And I think in the long run, that comes back to help you. And that's like Amy Porterfield, classic Amy Porterfield statement. I heard it on a webinar of hers years before I even started my brand. And she said, you've got to give away some of your very best stuff. So that if that person says, oh my gosh, if this is what she's giving away for free, I can't imagine what's inside the stuff that you pay for. And if your person doesn't walk out of that free resource feeling that way, you haven't hit it quite yet. All right. So I would create a valuable free resource and I would funnelize it. What I mean by that is I would create a 1-page website, not a whole website, just a 1-page. It's called a capture page, where you have your title, you have your hook, you have a little mock-up image, you've got some bullet points that are so compelling because you know who you're here to help and you know how you're here to help them and you know what problems keep this person up at night and you know what solutions they would give anything for. So on your page, you're talking directly to that person and you're offering this free resource that they would love to get their hands on for their name and email. Totally free. All I need is your name and email, okay? And then on the thank you page, I've got a funny story about this in a minute. On the thank you page, I would sell a low price digital offer. Something between $7 and $17. It could be a PDF guidebook. It could be a 60-minute class, a 90-minute class. It doesn't matter. Same thing. Give away enough. Don't give away too much, right? And the biggest deal with this is, again, you want people to say, oh my gosh, if this is only $7, I can't imagine what's in their $97 thing. I can't imagine what's in their $297 thing, what's in their $997 thing. And you don't have to have all those offers to start. You just have the first one. And I don't know about you, but like when I look back and I look at that very first offer that my mom and I made, we made it in a weekend, right? It was small enough. We just buckled down, like locked ourselves in our offices, and we worked and we made it in a weekend because we didn't overthink. We just did it. And we got it out in the world. And oh my gosh, it was ugly. It was so ugly. The slide decks were ugly. Our talking wasn't that great because we'd never done it before. You know, there was a lot of things that we did wrong, but we got it out there. And one thing that we did right is we sought the advice of someone who already knew how to build a funnel, who could teach us the marketing pillars that we didn't know. Because we tried to do it ourselves first. We were so excited. We got our free offer put together, we call it a micro offer put together. We put it out into the world. We even like threw some money at it with ads. Ads back then were really inexpensive. And we went on vacation for 10 days. We went on a houseboat vacation, actually. So like we had no internet for 10 days. And we had in our head like this vision of like, oh, we're gonna go on this vacation. We're gonna come home. We're gonna have all these leads and sales and it's gonna be amazing. And we came home and we did not have a single lead. Because we didn't understand marketing and we didn't understand marketing principles, and our funnel was not a good funnel. So then we sought the help of someone, paid many thousands of dollars to get that help, many thousands of dollars, like close to 10. And that freebie and micro offer went on to generate over 40,000 leads and $88,000 in sales with a $17 offer in the next 6 months. Okay? That's the difference in doing it on your own and doing it with help of somebody who knows what they're doing, right? Was it worth that $8,000 we spent to make $88,000? You bet it was. And guess what? That funnel went on to earn us like well up into the 6-figure range because we sold it for years, and we made it one time and just sold it for years, and it works like gangbusters. And so, in fact, we sold it until we changed our niche. And so I thought that was just really interesting. So I would make that freebie micro offer funnel. And then the next question I always get from people is like, okay, cool, I've made this funnel, but what about traffic? How do I get eyeballs on it, you know? So I would make that funnel, and I would get that funnel done as quickly as possible. I would do whatever I had to do to get it made as fast as possible. Like just get it done. Seek the help you need, plug into the resources you need, get it done. And then from there, I would go all in on TikTok and Instagram. And I'll link some resources. I might pop a video up here and then I'll link some resources below. But like TikTok and Instagram right now are generating almost all of my leads and sales for my business without any paid ads. Okay? And right now, I mean, just yesterday, right? I had someone find one of my videos on TikTok, go through one of my automated funnels, $400 sale. Boom. That happens all the time, right? Just yesterday, I sold 4 of those $17 offers that I was just telling you about through my freebie micro offer funnel for free from videos that I have posted on TikTok and Instagram. So I would go all in on TikTok and Instagram while building out what I call your in-game offer. And this would be like your main offer. So for my mom and I, when we first started, it was $97. Now my main offer is a $400 offer, the one that I sell all the time, right? I've got other things that I sell on an open cart, closed cart period. Like this is the other thing where people get really, I think, bogged down and slowed down is they look at people who've been doing this for a while and they try to emulate their business model where they're at now instead of where they started. And when I tell people, like, if you look at my business today, there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on. We've been in business 6 years, right? There's a lot going on. But all I ever bring it back to is one simple funnel, right? We had freebie, $17 offer, $97 offer, $300,000 in sales in 10 months, 20K months in 90 days. Just keep that in your head. Don't let yourself overcomplicate it. But while I was working on that main offer, I would go all in on TikTok and Instagram, and then I would start building out that main offer. And what I mean by building out is I would build out the marketing side of it. And I would do it with an automated webinar. I know a lot of people will tell you you've got to launch, you've got to do betas, you've got to do like give it away for free. I disagree. I think you can do automated funnel, automated webinar, directly to that offer that you sell at the end, put it out there, get 100 people through it, fix your bottlenecks in that way. Because you could have one lead who opts into that video. You could have one person in your audience. They see that webinar funnel, they opt into it, and they buy your main offer the same day, right? Like, why would you wait? Why would you wait months and months and months to launch something when you could just get it out there and start generating 1 or 2 sales a week right away, right? And I would do that. And as soon as it was proven and profitable, then I would start looking at other things I could add. But if I had to start over, I'm going to do a recap for you. I would get extremely clear on my niche, okay? Who I help, how I help them. I would know as much about that person as I possibly could as it relates to what I want to sell. Number 2, I would create a valuable free resource that would blow their socks off and a low price digital offer that was a no-brainer yes for them once they opted into it. So they opt into the offer for free with their name and email. Immediately on the next page, they're going to get an introduction to that low priced offer and they're going to be like, holy moly, yeah, I got to have that. So that starts generating leads and sales for you right away, right? If you have an audience of 1, it can start working for you right away. Once those things were done, I would get that done as quickly as possible. I would go all in on TikTok and Instagram and focus on growing my audience, learning my audience, communicating with my audience while I'm building out my main offer. And I would build out my main offer with a webinar funnel that's all automated. So opt in, watch a free video. The video blows them away with free value. At the end of that video, they're going to see an introduction to buy your main offer. I'm going to get some email follow-up. And you just run those things on repeat. And from then on, all you're doing is you're still going all in on social media. And you're using your free download and low-priced offer, that funnel, you're using that as a call to action. And now you've got your webinar funnel that you're using as a call to action. And that's it. And that's what I would do if I was starting over. And that's all I would worry about right now. I wouldn't say, okay, what after that? I would say, well, let's get that done. And then we'll worry about what after that. But let's get that done first. So I gotta run. I gotta go on Tuesday mornings, I go to the barn and ride my horse. And I'm probably, I don't know, but I feel like I'm probably kind of running late. So I'm going to sign off. But do me a favor and in the comments, drop me a comment if this was valuable. If you'd like to see more like heart-to-heart chats like this, I'd love to know. And I hope you have a good day. And I hope this was valuable for you. And let me know if you want to see more of this. Thank you for watching.